first thing I would like to point out that when you take the noun Democrat and use it as an adjective, it's democratic, not you don't say Democrat governor. It's supposed to be Democratic governor because that's insulting, and So please, I would really appreciate it if you would correct that. Hey, this seems to be the Republican playbook. Number one, make taxes bad. You call it tax relief, like, oh my God, all taxes are bad, and nobody should have to pay taxes, and that's the basis of all evil in our country. Now, I think that really works, for business people, because you pretend there's this thing called a free market that operates somehow outside of those parameters. But I think no one benefits from, tax relief more than businesses and corporations. So what I think you do is you make taxes bad. Then what you do is you bankrupt cities, municipalities, counties, schools, and then the third point of that is you come in and you profit from it. Look at the emergency managers. They get to come in and they get to sell off public assets. Thereby, what do? Is they privatize the wealth and socialize the debt. Mm-hmm. That seems like that's what happens. Okay. Can you respond to that? I mean, do you see where why can't taxes be seen as a shared responsibility?
And a shared sacrifice.
Right. I don't see
make that argument.
I don't see where companies pay their fair share of the tax. For example, yesterday you voted that the Michigan earned income tax and the $600 child per income tax deduction would be eliminated and changed to only $25. This plan would dramatically increase the income tax payment for a single parent earning $25,000 with 2 children by 89%. So where's your moral compass on that, where you increase taxes on the poor by 89% and you reduce taxes for the wealthy and their corporations by almost the same amount? Was it 82%? Where's your moral compass on that?
Fair tax. The moral compass, what tax are you talking about?
The earned income tax.
Earned income tax,
yeah.
That's still on the federal level. We're just going to eliminate it at the state level.
Right, but why would you do that?
It's, the one thing that you left out of that is the fact that we have about $2 billion worth of funding that we have to eliminate. And the earned income tax was put in by Democratic Governor Granholm, and I supported it at that time as a short-term relief in our economy. We can no longer afford to do that. So we're going to take $300 million because you can still get a portion of that from the federal government.
I understand that, but you've gone on record to say that Michigan's problem is a spending problem, not a revenue problem. I think you just admitted there that it's a revenue problem. Why don't we instead try to fund everything by making those who have more pay more with the graduated income tax? We need to change the tax structure.
But you got to go to the Constitution for that, so you need about 800,000 signatures to change the state constitution and move it to a graduated income tax. We can't do that in the legislature.
It seems like we have a race to the bottom. Why don't we share and make things better? Pay for schools, pay for public safety, fix the roads and crumbling infrastructure.
We do every day. We're doing that every single day. We didn't stop paying for those services.
You're cutting everything.
Well, we're cutting it because the money isn't there.
Right, so let's raise
So
taxes.
it's better to take money from families with children than from corporations that are getting huge tax breaks here in Michigan? Yes or no? Is it better to take it from people with children?
I don't get where you're going with that.
You just cut the earned income tax credit from $600 down to $25. And yet you still want to give corporations huge tax breaks. You want to take taxes from people with children and give breaks to corporations with billions of dollars. Is that correct?
If you're talking about this corporation that you're sitting in right now that employs 100.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about
the tax credits that we took away from the big three are significant. we've also gotten rid of all of the tax breaks on the special subsidies that are going on across the state of Michigan, whether they be battery credits, whether they be film tax credits. All of those have been taken away too. You're leaving that part out of the conversation. So we're restructuring, and what we're doing is we're moving Michigan to a situation where all income is taxed at a flat level, no matter what you make, your income times 6%. We've gotten rid of all of the brownfield redevelopment credits, all of that stuff of funding winners and losers and special interest is being wiped away, and we're moving to a fair 6% corporate earnings tax. And yes, I do support that. And my votes will be on record on that in the next 30 days. We're going to change the direction. You may not agree with it. Give it some time to work. Yes.
I got a good.
Thanks for coming out.
I know. What are we going to do?